Hey everyone, glad you're here. I like this session. This is going to be a fun session because it's going to be a little awkward, to be honest with you. But this session's about a skill that both Elon Musk and Steve Jobs from Apple have used a lot in their communication. Now, Elon Musk, obviously SpaceX, Tesla founder, he's a great innovator. Steve Jobs, obviously Apple. We know all about the resume. But the way that they communicated was a little bit different than the way probably most of us communicate. And one of the techniques and tools that they used so brilliantly in their careers is the rule of awkward silence. Yes, the rule of awkward silence. So what is the rule of awkward silence? It's when faced with a challenging question or a probing question, instead of just answering, off the cuff, you pause and think deeply about how you want to answer. And this isn't just a kind of quick, short, typical pause. I want to be very clear on here. This is actually an uncomfortably long 15 seconds or longer kind of pause. It feels so weird if you're in the room, so weird if you're in the conversation. But if you were with Elon Musk, or if you had the opportunity to be in a meeting with Steve Jobs, this is what they did often. They just sat with something, and I'm sure people are looking around like, this is weird, this is a little odd. But what they were doing was using this pause, using this time to actually really consider what is being asked of them or what problem they were going to respond to. It was a great technique and a great tool. So here's kind of the big idea. Your fastest response isn't usually your best response. Now, it kind of looks like this. What is awkward silence? Well, we listen, okay? That's the first part of the formula. And then we pause, okay? But then we do an awkward pause, and this is where it's much longer, and it's almost getting uncomfortable in the room, and maybe you're feeling the pressure to say something, but you're not quite ready, but you do the awkward pause, and then you respond, right? Then you bring your full wisdom and truth and opinion to the conversation. Now, here's a couple ways that these awkward pauses, even though they're socially weird, they can really help you. Number one, when you do an awkward pause, it helps you go deep into your thoughts and emotions. It gives you the space and time to really figure out what's going on down inside there. What emotions and feelings are emerging? Are there maybe some triggers or maybe some things that are happening inside of you that need to be either managed or noticed before you say something? I mean, listen, I know so many of my own conversations, I've gotten in trouble when I've allowed an emotion or a thought just to kind of blurt out, right? And say it too quickly and not get sort of an understanding of what's going on inside of my heart. And that can create a lot of conflict and a lot of arguments. So it helps you go deep into your thoughts and emotions. Number two, it improves the quality of your answers. When you actually pause and think about what you're going to say, really consider kind of all the ramifications of your words, your communication and the quality of that communication is going to go up. What you say, how you answer, how you respond, the quality is going to be amazing because you took the time to investigate all aspects of the question or what you were about to communicate. Number three, another way that awkward silence helps is that when solving problems, that silence or that pause aids in brainstorming and the problem solving itself. I think that's why Elon Musk and Steve Jobs use it all the time, because they're solving big problems, and it allows their mind to ruminate and dream and just ideate in that moment instead of just kind of giving a quick response or a quick solution. So taking the time has been really, really obviously effective for those two guys, but it can also be used by you. So how do we get practical? Like, I'm not Elon Musk, you're not Elon Musk. So how could you apply this kind of slowing down and moving into awkward silence? Well, let me give you a couple key ways we could do that. Number one, How about we just disconnect from this whole culture of immediacy when it comes to our communication, this pressure that we feel to respond right away? Maybe you need to slow down on responding to texts. It's so funny. My wife, as soon as she gets a text coming in from a friend, maybe we're hanging out, maybe we're on a date, or a text comes in, she'll want to respond right away, and I'll tell her, like, hey, you can wait on that. It doesn't have, they don't know that you haven't got the text. They don't know that you're not available. So just allow it to be, give some time. This immediacy, this like getting right back to people, sometimes isn't the best thing for our lives. It really isn't the best thing in terms of establishing boundaries in terms of how we communicate and how fast. Maybe just slower email responses. If everybody knows that they can get an instant response from you on email, they're going to send you an email, and they're going to keep sending you emails, and you're going to spend your whole day just responding to emails and emails and emails. Maybe if you slowed down and had some awkward silence between an email received and then an email replied, that might help. It's going to allow us, this silence, this pause is going to allow more thoughtful conversations. And isn't that what we ultimately want? We want our communication to create connection and really meaningful conversations. Well, awkward silence is, let's face it, kind of awkward. But if you want to say it stronger, it may mean waiting just a little bit longer to actually say it. Hey friends, if you found this session to be helpful, I encourage you, share it on social media, share the link with some friends, and we'll see you next time.